Yeah, this is a Sess video show. I got a guest tonight. I got an interesting ass topic. This is a part two. I'm not even going to get a title because you don't know what it is yet. I'm just going to drop the story on him. For my regular listeners out there, you heard the story. I'm going to drop this story on what it is to be a real dude. Let's talk about it. Yeah, so I'm up here tonight. It's late. It's like 3:45 a.m. The kids is asleep. I'm in my bag. I got a little Hennessy in me. You dig me? And we're going to do this. So this is what we're going to do. Let me introduce my... No. You know what? I'm not going to introduce you. Des, introduce your fucking self. Grab that mic and introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, well, this is Desi Knuckles 20. Yeah, I'm saying Mr. Pop Culture 215. That's what I call myself. Yeah, I mean, my real name Desmond. Yeah, I'm saying, what's going on, world?
Yeah, and like me, a lot of my guests, whether you can tell or not, they are island people. This is a Jamaican man. Dig me? So we come with a certain point of view on things.
American thing.
Yeah, it might not exactly sit into your natural, regular point of view, but I will go as far as to say on my show that I'm sorry, but the American way of view on a lot of shit is fucked up. I'm sorry, it's fucked up. I'm saying?
That's all it is.
You got to eat that and live with it. It's fucked up. And I'm Jamaican. I grew up here, but I'm from Jamaica, so I have the best of both worlds. I get to live and see both sides. And I see shit about the Jamaican culture that's fucked up too. But we in America, so we're going to talk about America. But anyway, we're going to go on to the show. So let me pass this on to you. You got anything you want to plug, any pages, anything? This is your space to do it right now. Anything you want to bring up?
Yeah, well, like I said, Desi Knuckles 20 up on Instagram. You just call me Mr. Pop Culture 215. That's how I feel. So that's how I'm going to play. Regular dude may have extraordinary ways. So it just depends. Like, you know what I mean? It depends on how you perceive me.
I hear that. And let me tell y'all a little bit about Desi Knuckles here. So Des went to the ATM machine, was just about to put his card in, and decided not to. His sixth sense kicked in, y'all. It's real. So he checks the machine and ends up pulling off the whole fucking face of the machine. It turns out, I'm gonna try and put the video up here so y'all can see it too. It turns out that somebody put a fake piece across where your credit card goes in. So it reads your card first and stores that information and your key and password and all that shit first, and then gives it to the regular ATM machine so you can get your money.
Yeah, a scanner for a scammer.
Yeah,
You know?
a scanner for a scammer. You hit that dead on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And he found it, pulled his phone out. He had the wherewithal about himself to be like, what the fuck? He pulled his phone out, filmed it, and put it up on his Facebook. That shit got how many millions of views?
3.7 2 weeks ago.
3.7 million views as of a week ago.
3.7. Yeah.
So we're going to take and we're going to repost it in this video, and we're going to repost it on my page too. We're going to get it out there and let people know to pay attention. When you're putting your card in there, pay attention, man. It's not even about somebody looking over your shoulder no more. They don't need to be in there with you no more. Dig me? Yeah. Motherfucker put a whole face over your thing. You think is what it is.
Everything is designed to fuck you over. Food is
Yes.
designed to fuck you over.
But consider this.
Is
Before you found that thing, how many people came there before you? How about that?
my whole job.
Mm.
Let me tell you how when the video got posted, my whole job was like, oh my God, thank you. I go to that Mac machine all the time. And so many people get exposure. So many people get exposure just off of being funny, being silly, being, you know what I mean, being a lot of different things. But
Yeah.
I was happy that I'm a silly dude in general, but I was happy that I was able to do something for people. What I did didn't take away from anything, didn't make any jokes about people or disrespect anybody, even if everybody found it funny. I helped people.
It was
like,
a
I
real.
save a lot of folks some money. Like,
It was a real.
Yeah.
Because how about, dog, that video, when you first dropped it, it floated around so much. I saw it, heard your voice, and I did not realize it was fucking you.
Yeah, and if nobody knows or remembers, it was a guy, a green cover on the Mac machine. I said, uh-oh, so watch out, black folks. You know what I mean? Anybody. And people, you know, they erupted on that like a racial level, but I was just happy that whether you thought it was racist or not, you still save money, jackass.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about talking to my people. I would see a lot of different crazy stuff on there, but I still helped everybody. Whether
Yeah,
you
you
felt like it
did.
was black or white, I still helped you.
Because you know how they work that joint? I looked it up after I found it. Some people, this is how they do it. Some people raid every account that they could get off of there. They order mad shit, send it to a dummy address
Yep.
for a 24-hour delivery.
Yep.
You don't know, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Some people, they take $1 or $2 or $5 out of every account that they got to make their money. and they keep hitting your account over and over for this $5 charge, and most people
Little by
don't.
little.
Yeah, and people don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, 'cause
every
it's-
week, every month,
And,
and
if
you don't
got
pay
20
no.
cards, taking 5 off of each.
Yeah,
Nobody ever
you
really
eating.
knows. Nobody
You can
pays
eat.
attention.
You can eat, and just imagine the amount of people that went through that machine, not just from your job, but your job and then some.
It was people in China.
What?
It was people in China on the video. Like, you know how people repost. There's people from China like,
That shit is real.
please watch language. It is a little vulgar, but it's an important story to it.
Yeah.
I had Tia Ewing over in Chicago posted. I had a couple. I had Papoose posted. I mean, I'm not saying that these people mean anything, but in the world of where they're at, they have a social gathering. So I don't mean like, oh my God, they did it.
But not
I
only
just
that, it's their
mean
fucking money. You
yeah,
just saved somebody a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, applaud me. Like, I ain't asked for no dollar.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, no people came up to me saying, yo, I'm gonna give you some money for that. But I know good and well I save a lot of folks some bread.
You saved a lot
It's
of
a lot
bread
of
with
people
that
running
shit,
to a Mac
Joe.
machine, touching it and grabbing it,
Yeah.
where you would have never done that. And when I said black people on there, everybody took it wrong. But we live in these areas or these places, and
We're
target in a
more
lot of
prone to
ways.
those things.
So
We're
I
targeted
felt-
for those things. Yeah.
I felt for us because it's what I knew, not
Yeah.
like forget everybody else. That, you know, people are people, so it wasn't like that. But I'm just glad that everybody got to save $1. You know what I'm saying? If you ever seen it, that's what's up.
That's real
if you
fucking
if you ever
talk.
seen it and you got smarter because of it, that's what's up.
That's
so
real
with that
fucking
being
talk.
said, salute. Yeah, I mean, that's what's up.
That's real fucking talk.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to use that, though, to segue into the story. I'm going to drop a story on y'all. So if you're listening, I'm not even sure if I will post it or if I did post it because the recording was a little off. I was so amped to get the story off that when it happened, I told my girl first. So let me start you from the top, right?
Right.
So even if you catch on to what's going on, just play along, you know. Just play along and listen to the whole story, though. So about 5 days ago, I runs into my mans. Now, it's a younger guy to me, but it's my mans that I knew since he was a young boy. I used to fuck with his peoples. Like, my girl came out, so she gonna add to the atmosphere of this. So I used to fuck with his peoples when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, he was a little kid to me. He's like 10,
Okay.
11. Dig me? But he was my young boy.
Right.
He was really my young boy. Like, I fucked with him. I fucked with his sister. I fucked with his mom. I fucked with his brother. I fucked with him. I fucked with his peoples. I fucked with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's been many years. I'm talking about like 20 years. I'm a little older. I ain't seen him. So a few weeks ago, I ran into him and shit. We exchanged numbers. I'm like, yeah, buzz me. He's like, yeah, I'm going to buzz you. We go out and get a drink or something. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Right.
That's the normal. That's the blue. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know, buzz me. So here and there over the last few weeks, he will buzz me. So when he buzzed me once, I told him, I'm like, where you at? He's not too far from where I'm at. I tell him where I'm at. We in like a 10, 15-minute walking distance from each other. So, you know, driving, it's like 5-minute drive. You real close to each other.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, we definitely got to get together. You dig me? Like, we close. It's been a while. We got to go have a drink, reminisce, fall back. He like, yeah, I'm with that. That's what's up. So he's calling me regular now. So I'm even looking at my phone like, damn, he calling me. That's what's up, though. We ain't hook up. I'm going to call him back. So I call him back here and there, small talk. Everything is good. So now the other night now, I'm planning to do a show. He calls me like, yo, what you up to, yo? I'm like, yo, I'm falling back. I'm about to do a show. You want to do a show with me? I do podcast, da-da-da-da. I explain it to him. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll come through. Now, I'm ad-libbing a little bit because I don't even remember all the details. I'm drinking now, and I'm saying. But I'm making the story go through just to get to the whole point. But anyway, he comes through now. Now, mind you, remember, I told y'all it's been like 20 years since I seen him even really talk to him. Seen him face-to-face chill, except for when I ran into him.
Unfamiliar.
Right, and I know him, but I don't know him because he grown up now.
Yeah.
But anyway, he comes and he chill. We smoke some tree. Now, before he came, he was telling me that he fucks with that PCP. He fucks with that PCP.
That water.
Yeah, he fucks with that PCP. He puts it across his weed and shit. If I fuck with him, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. But you could do you. As long as you don't trip out, you're not one of them niggas, we cool. You could do you. Now, that's already a bit risky.
Right.
That's a bit risky.
Yeah.
If you know anything about the PCP,
and if you know anything about the chemicals in your brain,
okay,
like
that's
you can
already a
say,
bit
"Stop
risky.
it." Yeah, but
That's
go ahead.
already, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna take this risk
He
because
used
I'm
to
building
it, so
this
you
show.
feel like he understand himself.
And right, he's used to it. I'm gonna take this risk because I'm building the show.
Right.
That might be a great recording.
Yeah.
You dig me? So I'm like, all right, hold on,
But
let me
his
pass
mind
this because
always-
I held on to this for a minute. I don't mean to, but the story is like that. My bad. Yeah, so you got lighted. So yeah, so he comes by and he already told me about the PCP. So he goes, yo, I'm gonna roll this up. He pulls his jar out. He's like, yo, let me go down outside on the step though. I'm like, cool. So he goes outside in the hallways on the steps. I come in, I check on him in a few minutes. He rolls up. He's like, yo, let's go outside while I smoke this shit. Now, by this time, I had rolled up my regular. I got a little drink. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we go outside on my steps. So we out there for like 15 minutes, small talking, catching up a little bit, reminiscing. What I expect from the situation.
Right.
So now he suddenly goes and he says to me, like, so you don't fuck with the PCP? I'm like, no. He's like, yo, you gotta try that shit. Yo, this shit crazy. It's wild. I'm like, yo, I'm good on that, but you could do you. You know, you seem like you level on it, so we cool. I'm glad you pulled it outside. Dig me? So he goes, but for real though, I came by here because I'm trying to get some dick. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You see, I gave you space so you could let it sink in. Because that's how it had to sink in on me.
Yeah.
Feel me? Now, mind
I'd
you.
rather you freak the fuck out
Dog.
in front of me or
Okay.
like, do some wild shit.
Okay, you see why I told you
than
this is a
offer
story I
me
got to tell you
some
on
dick.
mic?
Like, I'm going, like,
Okay.
number one, my anatomy don't call for it.
Okay.
Number
but now,
two, my mind don't call for it.
but wait, but let me.
So I'm be like, hey,
Wait.
I don't know what aspect of your mind this is, but
Hold up, but let me take a sip of my Henny.
Yo.
Is my girl cut? And she didn't even stay. But let me take a sip of my Henny and let me further where I'm at when this is going on now.
shit. Oh, God. Yeah.
Now, in the 3 seconds it took me to respond, it felt like 5 minutes. Let me explain why. In the 3 seconds it took me to go, what?
Yeah.
And catch on to what was happening. This is where my mind went. I used to fuck your cousin.
Yeah.
Doesn't even bother me like that you're gay.
Yeah.
That's not even my first thing. I'm not homophobic. I'm not gay. I don't dabble in that. So that's not even my first offensive thought.
I used to be with a girl. You.
My first offensive thought is, I knew you since you was a little kid. I'm your old head. Did I look gay? What gave you that vibe to even think like? But then it kicked into me. He didn't have that vibe. A lot of niggas is on the DL right now, and he chose to listen to the story. Remember I told you the details. He chose to get wetted up first.
Oh, getting this power pack.
He also chose to
Wow.
take me outside.
In case you try to fuck him up.
He went outside
Yeah, try to
first
kill him.
to
Like,
pump
you know what I mean?
himself up.
Jesus.
He did that while he was rolling up. Then he's talking to me and he see I'm not feeling nothing ill. Then he feel like this is the best chance to drop that on me. Now when he dropped it on me, he's in a position that if I started trying to swing on him or anything, he could get to his car.
Right.
He could beat me to his car.
Understood.
basically. Feel me? So I get it. Now in that thought, he's still my young bull, and I'm a real motherfucker. So I thought to myself, on the strength of how I knew him, this can't be easy. I know. But this can't be easy. I know what you're thinking as a man, but this can't be easy.
Right. No, I understand. I understand.
And somebody living a life like this, because he didn't come off as any kind of femme or nothing,
Right. He
this
had the
can't be
jingle on his
easy.
walk. Gotcha.
He's got to find people. And if he's done this before, which it seemed like he has, this got to work sometimes. So I'm not mad at him. Feel me?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it to you this way.
Hold on. Let me
Okay.
break it down. Only
Okay.
because I want to show where my brain was at. Because when I told my girl,
I respect it, bro. I respect it.
yeah, my
I
girl
respect
said that too. But
I respect it.
I'm going to tell you what my girl said after I show you my thoughts. My second level of thinking was, after I realized this can't be easy, I thought to myself, I've had experience with gay men. And one gay man I got real cool with. We used to smoke weed and all that shit. I'm just a real
You
dude,
had
man.
you had friendships with gay men.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So this
Yeah.
gay man told me, listen, not for nothing, but gay men don't just talk to anybody.
And when I say relationships, let's clear this up because people are so weird.
Yes,
you had
we on the internet,
friendships,
I had
so you knew
friendships
people.
with
You,
gay men,
you respected people for being people.
Right.
I'm
not homophobic.
They
so
did what
I'm
they
not going,
did. Right. I got you.
My man even said once before, I told somebody about that friendship, and he said, "Yo, how you gonna fuck with a dude that suck dick?" I'm like, "Yo, how many girls you smoke with that suck dick?"
I'm not sucking dick, and
exactly.
I'm gonna control somebody's mind.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
and if you really do the math,
yeah.
think about it. How many girls have you smoked with that suck dick?
Yeah.
How many bitches that fucked your boys?
Right.
That you trying to fuck? That you roll up a Dutch and you smoke with that bitch? So let's keep it 100.
Yeah,
I'm a real dude. Let's keep it 100.
In that environment, yeah.
So for me, that's not even a consideration.
Right, understood. Yeah, if you're in an environment in that situation, yeah, then
right. I'm a grown ass man. I'm straight. I'm not even considering. But for me, when I was looking at it, I thought to myself, and I realized all these things at once. And believe me, there's a normal, natural, and I'm stressing, it's natural part of me that's like, what the fuck, nigga?
Yeah, it's if it's not you, it's taboo in society. Like me,
and we come from a different time.
We come from a
He's
different
younger
time.
Than me,
we come from different cultures.
Time.
You know what I mean? That's a whole different topic.
Right. And I'm glad you threw the culture in because that's going to be my third thought.
Yeah, that's a heavy topic for, Batiman.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Heavy. So.
Because after that now, my third thought is, Bomba clot, Bati boy, with the blood clot.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's embedded.
My intelligence surpassed my vulgarity.
Right. Understood? Yeah, because, trying to take people for who they are.
Right.
It's kind of like it's a different time, and I respect a lot of people.
Right.
And I know gay people. You can't. Everybody know gay people. You can't say you don't. So there's nothing wrong. This is not a problem.
This is why I felt like this would be a great topic for you.
Right.
Because you will see where I'm coming from. Even if we make a joke, you could still bring it back to the real, but you could feel where I'm coming from with my reaction. Now let me continue the story.
Right.
Because the story is not done.
Okay.
For all my listeners out there, the story is not done.
Yeah.
So that was the intermission.
That's a segue. That 3 minutes.
Yes.
It got all that conversation.
Yes.
Didn't it?
Yes.
In 3 seconds rather.
But more conversation's going to come.
Right,
so
right.
Let me continue the story. So now, coming back to reality. After that few seconds it took me to go, what? And I did go, what? And he repeated it. And I said, listen, I'm straight.
Right.
It's cool if you do that, you get down like that. But I don't get down like that.
Right.
I got my women and kids in the house and all that. I really just don't get down like that.
Yeah.
Dig me? But that's cool.
Yeah. It is.
I said, listen, hold up. I'll tell you in detail. I said, it's cool. If you gay, that's cool. That doesn't bother me.
Right.
His response to me was, I'm not gay. I'm bi.
Yeah.
You see the pause I gave? I have to let everything sink in.
Yeah, because as you tell me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a lot.
All right. That's
just
cool.
in a short, compact.
Yes.
Hey, bro, I ain't seen you in years. Let's chill. Get here, and I'm thinking,
and all of this
could be
happened
like a normal circumstance.
Yes.
And boom.
And all of this happened in it couldn't be more than the space of maybe 20 minutes. Somebody I knew for more than 5 years. When I knew him regular, I knew him for more than 5 years.
Right.
I don't want to give the details because if he should have happened to listen, because I told him to check out the shows.
Right.
I don't want. He said it would be cool for us. Well, let me tell this.
He should understand it could be anybody.
Right.
Because if he walked up being at somebody, it could be anybody. Right. So he shouldn't feel it in his heart to be mad. Yeah, he should be fine.
But let me finish telling the story though. Hold up, because it gets more interesting. So I say to him, if you're gay, it's cool. His reaction to me is, I'm not gay. I'm bi.
Right.
I fuck with guys and girls. I'm bi. I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. I said to him, would you want to talk about that on my show? I'm going to give you a minute to let that sink in, too.
Wow.
That's what my thought was.
Yeah, because where we went to getting there, I think I understood your pattern. You was trying to
utilize the rare moments that a black man gets.
But yeah, and we don't know why people feel the way they feel. It's an outlet to explain yourself, and I think in the friendship, you took it for what it was.
Right.
You accepted it outside of.
Right.
You accepted it outside of who you were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You said, nah, that's not. You know what I mean? But you gave him
the space to explain it to some people that might hear this story like I'm telling you now. I'm like, oh shit, for real?
Right.
and really lean back in their chair now, listening to the story and see how it went.
Well,
down.
men, us as men, there's certain topics that people don't want to have or touch on, like it ain't around you. Like we talk about having conversations about racism. That's a lot of shit in our own culture we don't want to talk about in general. That doesn't mean it's not supposed to be talked about, but and
in fact, a lot of those things need to be talked about.
Yeah,
they need to be talked about.
Society don't have comfortability with each other. You know what I'm saying? So we don't. It's not open-ended topics unless we see it on TV or something funny, or we get more on television. That's how we get it. We don't have these conversations amongst each other. We don't.
This is why I felt as though you'd be the perfect person to share this story with.
Right.
So now let me go on with the story. So he looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, I would. I could do that." So I said to him, "Listen, you can even use an alias.
Okay.
Because I don't want to put you out there. I'm not trying to expose you.
Right.
I just would like to be able to talk to you and ask a few questions about your lifestyle, about your choices, about how you're living, about if this approach you use with me works for you regularly.
Right.
Because maybe it works for him 8 times out of 10, so he uses it regularly.
You wouldn't be comfortable with what you didn't know.
Right.
You can't be comfortable with what you don't know. Right.
So he agreed to it. So I came in. So now people, y'all don't know, but at the end of every year, I always redo my computer, every software, everything, get the latest updates, make sure everything is up to par.
For sure.
So I was in the mix of that with my editing program. I didn't expect any of that stuff with him. So I wasn't planning on really recording a show, nothing. So when I came up here, I had to set the software back in, get all of that running. And if you ever downloaded anything to your computer and have to open it and all of that, install it, you know how that just runs up time. That runs about 15 minutes, 10 minutes easily.
Right.
So we're here, and I'm trying to talk to him while we're smoking and drinking still and keeping him in that vibe. And I couldn't hold on to his attention long enough. Right. I think he was here and maybe began to feel uncomfortable.
PCP too, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He made another call.
Yeah.
That person was like, yeah, because I could hear some of the call, and he was out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I thought to myself, I missed the opportunity to have a personal insight from a person that does not look gay. He did not sound gay. He didn't act gay. He didn't look gay. He didn't dress gay. He didn't carry
your
himself
ideas
gay.
are not your ideas.
Yes, he didn't wave his hands like a gay man or nothing.
Okay.
And even after that, after asking me for some dick, he still didn't act gay. So I thought that would be a great story to share amongst people that were at an intellectual level enough that I could share it with them, and they could see where I was coming from with my reaction, how it went down, but still enjoy the story itself, because it's one of those rare things, but it's real.
Right.
That was a real situation that could have went in any direction.
It could, because who you say it to is what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
I think if I was in your scenario and I had to say I was sitting there going through that, I think my reaction would have been the pause. It's not my job to label you what I think you are if I didn't see you in all that time, but your aim to come at me. See, a lot of men get real weird when they feel like a guy might say something to them. If you're not homosexual,
why should it bother you?
Then you're
live
gonna.
in the real
I mean,
world.
it may strike you as strange,
right?
But I'm not gonna get all up in arms. I'm gonna keep going about my day, bro. I'm not gonna think about what I don't think about. You see what I'm saying? And I think our perception of that is real weird. It's like you got to be like this or you got to be like that.
Yes.
And I learned from somebody that was gay a long time ago, having a conversation with them, working at my job, and he was telling how I really go, like how people really be. Yo, I ain't fucking with this show. I ain't being that.
Right.
And then
That's
they be the one knocking on the door.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Just with that, I think I would have naturally been, I'd have been dumbfounded because who I am. Initially, I probably would have been offended.
Right.
Initially.
Right. As I was.
But I'm a thinker.
I am.
The world is so crazy. I mean, we live in times where you got to ask people, do you do a lot of different shit?
Yeah.
And we don't normally ask. So
listen, we're in a time right now. If your man pull up on you in the street and you in the hood, no matter what race you are, if you in the hood, you in a poor area, and they say, yeah, I'll take you to where you're going, it's smart of you to say, yo, are you hot?
No.
And if you have a real friend, they'll look at you and say, yeah, or no.
Them unforeseen things that we don't ask questions, we don't think because we take people as people, but there's so many layers. There's a lot of questions we have to ask.
No, not even that we take people as people. We take people as the people we make them up to be in our mind.
Yeah. Yeah, because
You
there's
dig
a
me?
lot of questions to ask nowadays.
Yes, because on hindsight, I could look back and say, yeah, I should have thought it was weird that he was calling me so much.
Nah.
And when I mentioned it to my girl, and she was aware of some of the calls, because I kept telling her this, my peoples I've been meaning to get with him.
Right.
She was aware of it. So she said, yo, to me, I thought to myself, what kind of guy calls another guy that much? But for me, it didn't mean nothing to me because we hadn't caught up in so long. And guys, we do that.
Yeah.
When you find an old friend, your friend might have went to jail, you'll keep up with him to make sure you keep up with him.
Right.
So it wasn't out of the way for me.
I've had friends that was in jail since I was probably 16, 15. They done got out.
Yeah.
And I guess because who I was back then. Yo, yes, I've been trying to get up.
And
with
they'll call you
bro.
just
like,
try to
still
keep
solid.
up.
Like, I mean,
and
I'm
and some of
around,
them will call you, so they grown, so they see they still live a street life, but you on a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna cut
absolutely.
into that, but they'll keep calling you to find out when to get up with you.
So you ain't
So
take
to me,
that.
it wasn't out of the
No.
right. It wasn't out of line for me.
Yeah, so just me back to the emotions of going through that. I would ask, what would make you think you can, what would make you think that there's that I'm cool with that, or what, just explain yourself to me before I get upset, or what's your perception? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm a rational enough person. I ain't going, why you do that to me, man? You didn't do shit to me. You put me in an awkward predicament to promptly turn you down once I try to figure out what's going on, because that's who I am. Not treat you mean or be mean to you, but it's not my cup of tea, and I'm not going to drink it. So when it comes down to it, it's just more or less like, I would just have a conversation like, bro, I'm not on that type time. I'm giving you,
which is what I did.
I'm giving you the understanding that, now let me tell you about me.
Yeah, and
I'm never
going to
say
be cool
that to you.
Right.
We can be cool.
But that's
because
not
I
me.
know, number one, how you feel about me, I don't even know how cool we could be. Because for you to offer me this, it's on your mind.
You know
I'm
what?
not in that world, so I'm not going to really, I ain't going to give you the space to put upon me. A girl could like you.
No, you
and
hit
she
it dead
obsessed
on,
about
Des. You hit it dead on.
She
Because
obsessed about you.
You see the fact that you brought that
if
up?
you think like
I
that
thought
for
about
this,
that.
I can't.
I thought about that. At the end of everything after he left, and I sat down and I smoked the L, and I was thinking about the whole thing, how to put it on paper, to talk about it on the show and all that stuff, how to present it to my girl. I thought about that, and I realized that same point too.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I even said it to my girl, I said it on the show, I really got to see if this show recorded well so I can put this up as part 1, because this would be part 2.
Okay.
But on that show, I even say, now I'm thinking, was he always like this? Has he been looking at me since he was a young boy?
And what you're not paying attention to,
and I wasn't paying
always
attention.
there. And
then
you might have been that. You're not that. You're not that girl crush.
Yes.
You the guy that went that way, and you're like, wait, I didn't, because I don't think like
exactly.
This.
And I even asked my girl. I said to my girl, I said, babe, do I look gay or something? And my girl said, no. I'm gonna tell you what it is. She said, you're an older guy. You're an older guy. You said he's a younger guy, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, gay men do that. She said, you're an older guy. You're clean cut. You're usually well put together. If you were always like this, because she don't know me as long as he know me. Yeah. And I've been with her 13 years. So what that tell you? I knew him for a long time. You dig me? Right. But she said, if you've always been like this for him, to him, you've always been clean cut, whatever. Even now, older, you're still clean cut. He come to your house is clean and put together, the Christmas tree up, whatnot. So he's looking at you like, oh, this guy, if he's like that, it would be a great catch. So I said, okay, I understand that. And I do because
the psyche of what goes with that.
Yes, the gay man I told you about that I was cool with had explained things like that to me before, because he didn't like me, but he was attracted to at the time when I was in Job Corps living in Pittsburgh, he's attracted to at the time, best friend in Job Corps. Okay. I'm going to leave him nameless too. I'm going to leave everybody nameless just in case they catch on. I don't want anybody. Because, people can be in different places in their life.
And even
so I don't
just using the word homosexual.
Right.
Because giving them the respect of being who they are. You know what I mean?
And my man was straight. And he dealt with it the same way, because by this time we had already hang with this guy that was gay. We already had hung with him. We smoked with him. We chilled with him. He had helped us get with some girls. Right. So when it came out that he liked my friend, when he had dropped it and it came out, it was a joke amongst the 4 or 5 of us that hung together, including this gay guy. He hung with us. Right. And he was obvious gay. I'm talking about flamboyant gay. Right. But he was so cool it didn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. You take people for being people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? As long as you don't affect my life.
Yes.
In a way that doesn't.
Yes.
that's not me.
Yes,
then,
this,
you know what I mean?
this
I'm
guy
okay,
was somebody. When you saw him coming, y'all can't see me, but his whole movement was. But he was so cool, and he could fight too.
Right. Okay.
And he was so cool that when he came amongst us,
Okay.
he would fuck with us on a gay line,
Right.
and we would fuck back with him, just fucking with him on a
Right.
gay line because he's one of us.
Okay.
We didn't see him as the gay boy.
Y'all
But
had
we
a
saw him as the
relationship
gay
that was
boy.
built before that, so you could respect him. For
Right,
who he
so we
was
can
as a
respect him.
human, as a,
So-
not a human like it's like an alien. But
Right,
as a
right.
person.
So our humor with him became something like a sitcom TV show. It really would be
Right.
like we'd be amongst each other and say me and you get into something, and I'd be like,
Y'all
"Nigga,
say
you
the
tripping?"
taboos to each other.
Yeah,
Y'all
like
do-
I'm gonna
yeah,
show you.
y'all-
I would be like, "Dad, you tripping, nigga? You tripping? Suck my dick with that shit."
Right.
And you be like, "Man, whatever." We all laugh, and then suddenly after we stop laughing, you hear him go, "I'll suck your dick." But
I ain't
no,
doing that.
no. But
Yeah,
hear me
yeah.
out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
His timing be so perfect, and we was smoking or drinking that it was just funny. We know he was just fucking with us, and it would just be funny.
You understood it was his nature.
It was
See,
it
now
was
I'ma
his
tell
way
you
of
now-
fucking with us.
now-
He's gay, so
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna
if
fuck
you know
with us.
him long enough, then y'all know that never mind, I'm not gonna use that.
Right.
term. Not the ins and outs. Pause.
I know what you was
You're
gonna say,
you-
right.
You're gonna understand and the little things.
Right,
With
because-
the person, but that's not for
Everybody.
That had to have a special.
We
I
we
knew
did.
you already. I grew up with you, and then
We
then,
did.
You know what I'm saying? Now we there, but that's
And we did.
Yeah, I can't run to the mill. Be playing around with people
Right.
like that because that's you know what I mean. I ain't gonna put myself in that space.
Right, because
But
amongst
I
him,
understand that situation.
amongst him, I'll
maybe.
give you a scenario. We could make a joke like, yeah, because they was on some dumbass gay ass shit, and I ain't on no gay shit like John. I'll just call him John. I ain't on no gay shit like John, and he's sitting there, so he'll laugh like whatever, nigga. So you dig me? It was
Yeah.
like that kind of humor.
Yeah.
But you couldn't come outside of our circle and be talking like that, because he's got people to back him. He could fight, but then he's got people to back him up too,
Right.
dig me?
Understood. Yeah, everybody got somebody that love them.
and that's what it was
People
like
act
with
like
him.
they don't, but everybody got somebody that love them.
So amongst us, I think maybe all of us that was straight
Right.
learned something about homosexuality.
Right. Yeah. You.
And I carry that experience with me
There's
till this
nothing
day.
wrong with learning it. Like, and I'm saying,
Yeah,
it's-
because
it's
you might not be a
it's
gay
not
man's cup
learning
of tea.
it like you learning it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not nothing wrong with.
Knowing how that really works. Because you might not be a gay man's cup of tea.
Yeah, you want
Real rap. Like,
you want to figure it out, but it's kind of like you be like, okay, I leave room for you to be who you are.
Right.
I'm gonna give understanding to what I don't know.
right.
And leave it there.
And you
I'm
got to
gonna-
consider, you got to be like that. Because consider this. When you work, when you catch the bus, as you drive, in the traffic, people that handle your money, people that cook your food, all those things, you don't know who's gay and straight.
Listen, man.
You don't know.
I ain't mad at no gay person for being whoever they
Me
are.
neither.
Man. I'm
Me
really,
neither.
I mean, be who
And I
you
think
are.
it takes a certain kind of bravery
And I
to
just-
go against the grain. And that is
I
definitely
mean,
going
all
against
the
the
weird
grain.
stuff that's going on in society. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it take a lot of bravery to be whoever who you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Kudos to whoever you are. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it ain't even like that. But think about it like this. With all the questions you could ask people now, people do crazy shit. You might as well ask people, do you fuck animals?
Yeah.
And it might be
And it might be.
realistic. It might be
It
fucking
really might be.
realistic, so fuck.
It really might
that's
be.
a thing, but I would, you know, back to original topic, I would have sat down. Not sat down, I was already sitting down or whatever. I'd have just been like, bro, this is not it. You know what I'm saying? We have to, you got to roll. I would have to, if you looking at me like I'm a guy and then say he was the chick, if I wasn't ready to do that with you, no, you got to go. Because number one, you saying something to me that's not even my world. So I'm protecting my heterosexual. You know what I'm saying? They're not
Completely
protecting
understandable.
it, but there's nothing wrong with being heterosexual and not being homosexual. People make it seem like it's, oh, don't say nothing about homosexuals.
Yeah. That's
If I'm
bullshit.
a heterosexual, is that a
That's
bad
bullshit.
thing? Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, I'm protecting my integrity. Not like you can do
I
something to
agree.
me, but I'm like, this is when the ball stops. You
Right.
done- you
This
done-
is where
you
I
done-
get
you
off.
done
This is
took
my
the
stop
needle off
right
the
here.
record. You
Right.
hit the whole shit.
I
So,
agree.
yeah.
Because in regular standings, if I didn't have this podcast thing going on, it wouldn't even have been a thought.
Yeah.
And what happened in that moment is it
you're
wasn't
smart
going to be a
man.
fucked up moment.
You're
right.
smart man,
so my
bruh.
brain is
You wasn't
cycling through
exploiting
what
him.
the
You was trying to give light to
right.
a subject that people don't talk about. We talk about racism. We talk about how people treat us. We talk
Right.
about all type of stuff. We don't really open up about a lot of things that go on in the community.
Right.
Even if family be knowing shit hush, hush, don't say shit for years.
And shit, even
100
before
years,
that.
motherfucker, never know whatever happened, and we just pass on generations
And you know what?
of not knowing shit.
It's
Just
interesting
learn.
that you said that. I
Learn,
thought to
dog.
myself, I wonder if his sister, or brother, and cousin that I used to date even know he's like that. How about that? See, my thoughts went in
And
many
they might
different
already
directions.
knew that, and they might
And-
have done some shit. You never know.
That's
But
true.
That's why they even.
That's true. And I'm still in contact.
Wide open, bro.
I'm still in contact with his brother.
Okay.
So this is something that I could say to his brother. I could call his brother and be like, yo, you know who I saw the other day, and tell him what happened.
Yeah.
You dig me? Well, I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I thought to myself, like, you know what I mean? My
That's
thoughts just
heavy,
went in many
bro.
different,
It's heavy
yeah.
when that happens, man.
It was crazy.
I mean, not when it happens. I don't know about that being a normal occurrence. I've been in, you know, I mean, I guess everybody been in weird situations. I was in college one time and was walking down South Street, and my homie was walking down the street with me on some regular, that's my bro shit. You know what I'm saying? And while we was walking by, was somebody walking by, and they looked him up and down and made this noise like some shit, but it was a whole dude. So he started freaking out. I get that he felt weird, but I was like, kind of like, bro, just keep walking. But I get where his initial feelings was. It was like protecting my manhood and this and this and that. But I just didn't want him to carry it in the spirit all day. I'm like, bro, get over that shit. Like, if that's their world, they might try. They don't know whether they gonna hit or miss. Like, guys run around on a daily basis and trying to, 2 o'clock hit. Who gonna call my phone? Hit this phone. Like, you know, people do crazy shit.
Yo, you got to consider this. Them transgenders that we see down Hunting Park here in Philly,
Man.
they out there for a reason. The ones that come out and sell.
Nobody have no business if they don't have no business.
Right.
And
they out there for a reason. There's a demand for them, or they wouldn't fucking be out there. And two of them got killed down there.
Yeah.
And they still out there.
Because the reward seems to outweigh the risk, even if it really is the opposite.
Yes. And the funny thing is,
you know, we live on that subject of, we gonna die, we gonna die. It don't matter what we gonna die from, we gonna die. We live like, for every possibility of dying, one of them we gonna get, so let's just speed it the fuck up. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, we be like, if you gonna die, you gonna die from some anyway. That's why we do this, and that's why we do that. We make excuses for everything. And that shit don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't you want to lessen your chances? If you go to a casino and gamble and you be like, my odds is better like this, why the fuck would you want to slim your odds in all the ways you can and then be like, yo, it ain't,
agree.
You going to die from something, you might as well do this too. You be like, Jesus, dog. Like,
I agree.
Love yourself a little bit. Like,
yeah,
save yourself. Like, okay,
Yo.
I may die of cancer, but at least I didn't give myself a heart attack on the way. Or I didn't give myself a stroke on the way. I'm going to die from something, but shit. People live
admit,
like you ain't going to die until you die, and then everybody want.
Des, I'm glad you came. You're one of my better guests. You're one of my best guests. I'm glad that you came. When I talk with you, I always feel complete. There's somebody that can talk on the same level I like to talk on, not to take away from anybody. You think what I'm saying? Yeah. Honestly, not to take away from anybody. Yeah. But every so often you meet somebody that's just your match conversation-wise or wit-wise or thinking-wise or whatever you do wise. And I feel like when it comes to the show,
man. You got to learn. There's a lot of life out here. So
yeah. You know what I mean? But I thought that story would have been interesting to you and I could share with you and you can get where it came from with that. Yeah, but I took the opportunity and I couldn't get everything together quick enough to get him on the show. But at that time, he was open to answer all kinds of questions. After he left now, so the story still ain't done, I guess. So after he left, about 5 minutes after the door closed and the locks and he leaves, my girl come out into the living room.
Wait, real quick. So after we got to, what was the part after the segments of the skipping and the stopping and what he said? How did y'all end the matter? I think we didn't get into that.
Yeah, that's what we getting into.
Yeah.
So he finished smoking his shit now. I finished smoking my Dutch. I'm like, yeah, come on inside. Let me set up so I can record you on the show. I really want to get you on the show.
Right.
We're going to use this name for you as an alias. We came up with an alias name for him to use. He agreed to it. It wasn't even no sweet name or nothing like that.
Right.
It's just a regular name. He was going to use that.
Okay.
And he said he was going to be open. He was like, bet, because a lot of people might want to know about that. Dig me? And I do. He said the girls I know, when they find out about that, they do be asking certain details. So, boom, it might be something a lot of people want to know. So I said, yeah, I'm thinking all along this will make a great show. But I just couldn't get everything together quick enough for him. Yeah. So I think with him being here, he might have started to feel a little uncomfortable, which is understandable.
Okay.
It's
So
understandable.
y'all tried to do the show right after it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to sober up some.
He already said something crazy shit. It's sinking in.
Right.
It's
I think I might have been a little uncomfortable. He knew me so long. How he knew
He
me.
didn't know how the show was going to be set up.
Right. Maybe now he's thinking like, man, this dude
But
could
if
get
you're
me in
going
a
to offer
corner and
somebody
sucker
some
punch me.
dick, you're not going to be comfortable with doing it. But that's another,
you know, dudes are like that. They'll get you back
Understood.
in the house. The next thing you know, a call goes through. You don't see her text, and 10, 20 niggas in there whipping your ass. I get it.
Right.
So
I wouldn't have.
I wasn't bothered, and I couldn't get it started fast enough.
Yeah.
So it made sense to me.
He seemed quaint enough.
Right.
That you didn't think that was. He couldn't do. He can't do
Right.
nothing to you. So
So
you know what I'm
after
saying?
a minute, he
if the
started
show
making
you
some
was gonna take
calls,
it, right? Okay.
and he was right out. So maybe 10 good minutes, 15 minutes.
Right.
Maybe 15, close to 20 minutes, he was out.
Yeah, you professional though, so that's why you took it that way.
Right.
You wanted, okay, this ain't me, but
Right.
you gave light to it.
Right.
He left. Yeah, 20 minutes.
So I gave him a handshake. I still sat down and tried to get this shit right because I said, damn, I missed a golden opportunity. That could have been my million show. You dig me? Because I'm going to keep it real for my listeners. I do this for the money.
Right. Understood.
I don't want to be popular. I'm already popular.
You respect somebody that's honest, man, first,
Yes.
you know, because
And
people
that was
disguise a lot of shit. So,
yes.
I mean,
and
ain't
that would have been an
nothing wrong with
opportunity
talking.
to just
Yeah,
get
yeah.
just the rarest thing.
Right.
That's how rare is that? That's really rare.
Yeah.
The whole way it even came to me, the whole scenario was rare.
Right.
Because most black men, you're going to pull a gun, you're going to pull a knife, his punches going. You dig me?
But let's
or
give away.
you even going to tell the story that way. Some niggas will lie and just tell you the story that way.
But let's give way to this too. I also didn't say, you know, I say a lot of people get mad right off the bat, but it's also it's such scenarios that happen to people that their reaction to that would make them mad.
Right.
So it could be some deep seated shit, and we traumatized. We never act like we are.
Right.
But there's a lot of layers to us. So you might say something to the wrong person. It doesn't mean because they are gay that
Right.
they reacted and they was on the
Right.
down low. It just mean you might run into that person and be like,
You crossed that line.
I had a
I'm not
trauma
taking
with
that.
somebody trying to
Yeah.
offer me this and blah, blah, blah. So there are different layers to it. There's a lot of different people out here differently. So I want to correct that.
You're
You
dead
know what I'm
on.
saying? Yeah, so
And I want to
not
use that.
everybody is hiding something. Not
wanna
everybody
use-
hiding nothing.
I want to use that to segue into this too. I want to segue into the topic of violence in our own community is poor people, not just black people, but poor people. It takes a certain intellect to avoid certain violences.
Yeah.
Okay? I might have been able to go to court with him and everything with the cops if anything had happened and beat that because the straight judge could look at me and say, I understand.
You could have took him in the house.
You dig what I'm saying?
You could have said he was robbing your house. After,
Yes.
You know, it's a lot
But
of different ways, but, you know.
I
it's
want to
an
take this
honorable person.
opportunity to address violence. Violence should not be the first go-to.
Yeah.
With this situation, it should prove to any listener that violence does not have to be the first go-to.
It don't.
If you consider yourself an adult, you're living in the world as it is now, and you're worldly, like most of us like to think of ourselves as, then you have to accept that some people are gay.
Yeah.
Some people are bi. Some people don't know whether you're gay or bi because right now, gay or bi isn't the way we like to color it as it is. There's plenty of gay men that don't walk around all flamboyant. Ha. There's
Yeah.
plenty of gay men that walk around with their scullies on and you know, dig me, and then they don't look gay
Yeah.
or they're
Absolutely.
bi or whatever their situation is.
Yeah.
Dig me? There might even be some men walking around with you that weren't born men. How about that one? They got facial hair and everything right now, but they weren't born men.
There's so much shit to worry about, man.
It's so much, yes.
Yeah, you just
So
try
to
to
me-
leave for what I leave for what I don't know, man. Just keep me safe.
Yeah.
And then, you know, for everything I do know, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, let me learn more about it. Like I'm saying.
Right.
So anything else, if I'm not walking upon it or trying to do that, I'm not really worried about it. I have understandings of things, but it's only
Right.
but so far I can go.
Right.
Man.
He didn't say like you gonna fuck me, nigga, or I'm gonna fuck you. He
Mm,
wasn't
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
He
dawg,
didn't try to
that's,
touch me. It
That's-
wasn't
that's
nothing
when-
like that.
That's when all the understanding of you goes the fuck out the window.
Right.
Now I ain't trying to understand nothing you talking about.
And I know who
now
I
go to
am.
me like
I know who I am, and I'm comfortable with who I am, and I have no
Right.
questions about who I am.
Right.
So when that came to me and it sunk in all the way, and the only reason it even took the 3 seconds to sink in is because I had known him so long and how I know him, how I'm connected to him.
yeah, you gave him
So
the
I had
respect
to-
of being a person.
Yeah,
that
I
you
had
didn't
to,
understand
in my
yet.
mind for a quick second too, everything rewinded on all the years I knew him since he was a little chubby kid.
Yeah.
Dig
You
me?
can- you ain't- you-
And I
you-
just
can't
never
help
saw
it.
that until that came out of him.
You couldn't help it. Yeah,
Right.
Definitely. I wouldn't have been able to help it. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I wanted to
I'm
take
not
the
gonna snap and
opportunity.
beat him up, but if you tell me you're gonna do something to me that I ain't gonna have,
That's something different, right?
Yeah, good night.
But I wanted to use the opportunity too, because after I thought about it and I talked about it with my girl, I wanted to use this chance on the second time around to address the violence in it. You don't have to be violent because, honestly speaking, it might not have even worked in your favor, and that's just not the adult way to go about things.
Right.
That can't be easy to live that way.
I don't want to
It
fight
can't
a
be
fight
easy.
that I don't need to fight.
Right.
I don't need to fight you
For that, no.
for that,
No.
unless you
Try to grab me or...
I don't think I impose myself or I look imposing, but I don't think you think that you're gonna do something to me that I'm not gonna allow you.
Right.
So you know what I mean.
Right.
If that was to go there, nah, bro.
Right.
But within that realm, I get you. I respect. And from a journalist kind of standpoint, anybody that does a podcast, it's a documentation. It's a,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And, that,
so
and that's something I'm trying to learn
rare
too.
Opportunity.
It was a very rare opportunity
to
because
shed light, and you knew you had control of this situation.
yes, because
right?
let's just say
you know you had the control.
yes,
yeah.
In the 1 in a million chance he had came up here and my mics was running the way it was running tonight, and I got him.
Yeah.
This might have been the most original show yet,
right,
for a podcaster on this level.
Right.
For me.
Absolutely.
It might have been the most original show ever. Because now you get to sit down with two males, one completely straight
right,
and one bi. You get to hear the scenario that brought us to this point.
Right.
How we both handle it as adults.
Yeah.
That we agreed to even do a show.
Yeah, you didn't have to go to violence.
We didn't have to go to violence. We took it as adults, the way you really should be.
Right.
And he was grown enough to sit down and own it and talk from a certain point of view.
Right.
And show the world things that we might have questions on. No, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
But yes, you might think to yourself, what would even bring a gay guy to that? Maybe I would have had that rare opportunity to ask that question just like that.
Yeah.
How'd you even get to this point? Because I knew you personally for years. We're not going to say your real name. But how did you know you're even like that? What brought you to that point?
No.
To hear the answer from someone living that way, maybe would have been worth 20 million views.
No.
And that's where my brain was at.
Yeah, man, and it's funny.
I do this for the money. That's where my brain was at.
I think every man in some part of his life, because how the world works, you probably been asked a question, even if you suppress it and act like nobody ever asked you, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody might ask you something. Like I'm saying, like I worked at a job. Yeah, I ain't gonna get into my old job, but it was at a restaurant, and I was the security guard there. So I knew somebody that was flamboyantly gay. Yeah, you know I'm saying, I'm not going to sit there flamboyantly. Yeah, he was flamboyantly gay. And I respected him for who he was, how he carried himself at work when he made his money, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So he would play around and make little jokes, blah, blah, blah. That's his nature.
Right.
It wasn't my nature. So I said, you know, I had to ask him. I'm not going to say his name. I was about to. But I asked him, I said, yo, bro, like what made, like, you?
Yeah.
And he told me when he was younger, he got turned out and somebody did something to him as an older man. It's not for me to understand, bro. That's not my story. That's his.
Right.
So I was listening to him and I was just trying to get into the psyche of him as
a
person. So he explained, he said, listen, he said, you know what's funny? He said, I know you're not gay. He said, I make a lot of jokes. He said, but I know you're not gay. He said, you know why I know you're not gay? Because you even took the time to ask me the question. This is not me on this podcast. This is not me exonerating myself. This is me explaining what he was saying.
I understand what you're saying.
He was
and I understand what he meant
like,
by that.
because most people don't approach you to talk like that.
Right.
He said, just like some of the guys in here. He said, this restaurant, you see a lot of people come in here. You done seen a lot of A-list stars come in here. He said, you know them on a regular basis. And he said, other people come in here. And he said, I know some of these men. And some of these men with these jewelry on and this and this and that, and they, fuck out of here. I'm not talking to you. Don't say nothing to me. He said, those are the guys that knock on his door. He said, them same guys as those guys that knock on his door. And I was like, damn. I said, I guess I could understand it. I said, I said, you play around a lot and do all your little funny shit. I said, but I respect you as a person. You can't impose nothing on me. I won't allow you to. And you ain't going to warp my brain and make me think the way I don't. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to get, I'm going crazy. I'm going to fuck you up. No, dog, unless you come out of line and tell me something wild, like I'm about to do this to you. Tonight I'm going to think.
I'm level, I'm cool.
Yeah, man. And he was like, yo. He's like, I appreciate you even asking. And he told me his story about, you know, he said, I ain't gonna get into all that, but he said a couple different things about how that started. And he got brought in, and I was just like, wow. I said, okay, you know, I respect you. I understand. I shook his hand. I'm not gonna shit on you, act like I don't know you.
Right.
And I do.
Right.
But at the same time, I give way to let you be you.
Right.
But it was also an understanding into it rather than just being like,
yeah, man.
You. Like, dog, it was.
Yeah, man. I just honestly feel like we live in the real world. And if you're going to live in the real world and be honest with yourself, then you have to accept that some people are going to be different from you.
Yeah,
you're going to have Satan worshipers. You're going to have gay people.
People
you're
hate us on a daily basis.
Yeah,
bro.
you're going to have... Screw that, man.
Man.
And when you make choices like that goes against the grain, it's already got to be hard to live life. So I'm not going to increase how difficult it is for you. I know me, and I'm good where I'm at.
And you said the fighting thing. Now let me say this. It's a joke. I'm going to perpetuate the joke. And I'm going to say it in the right way, but it was a comedian that said it a long time ago, and it was hilarious when I heard this shit. He said, any man who can allow something like that, see, us as men, straight men, think of something painful, like, hell no, I'm not doing this, but he said, any man who can allow another man in that is not to be fucked with. He said, think about the test that you have to go through to be who you are, to allow that, because we're not women.
Yeah.
And then think you're going to just fuck them up.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think in my nature of being a man, I don't know if I'm going to let you fuck me up. We ain't going to get engaged in that to even be fighting. But,
they still men,
I don't think you, in that aspect, I don't always think they're sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like...
Look at what I just told you. Remember the one I told you I knew in Job Corps? The guy I told you I knew in Job Corps? Yeah. The key thing I said about him is we got cool with him because he could actually fight. He could fight. So when things jumped off, we would be backing him like in the back, but he could actually fight. So he didn't really need much backing because he could fight.
He'd been fighting.
And he fought like a dude. He didn't fight like his hands wasn't like, ah. He fought like a fucking dude. You understand me?
Oh man, in the human spirit, man, if you want to love yourself and everybody hates you, you're gonna fight your way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, so it's a hard thing in general, but
so now hold up though.
Wow,
so
it's a wild world.
Let me get to the very bottom of it.
Right.
So now I come in, settle in, maybe 5, not even long, like 5-10 minutes later, my girl comes out like, who the fuck was that? So I told her what was going on. So my girl looks at me and she goes, yo, I knew something wasn't right with him. He looked too comfortable. When I came out here, the way he was laying on the couch, he just looked too comfortable. I was like, for real? You
accept him for who he was, but you didn't know who he was.
I didn't peep none of that. Yeah. I honestly didn't peep none of that. I said, for real? So I'm thinking maybe because she's female, she kind of saw the extra that a man might not catch just looking at a guy. You know, we don't probe that deep. We don't look at our male friends like that.
Thank God for the woman.
You did me? How many times how many times you introducing your female friend to your male friend, and your female friend will say, "Is he ugly?" And you think like, I don't know, bitch. I don't look at. Yeah,
it's
we
the
don't.
Same way as a girl look at you.
Yeah, like
wait a minute. She look. You like, babe? I'm just walking down the street.
Yeah,
like,
we're not looking at that, right?
You know what
I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I told my girl like, nah, I ain't noticed none of that shit. So she said she noticed it, and she was only out here for a second. She came out, grabbed a cigarette, and went right back in the room.
You gotta have a radar, man.
But she peeped it.
Yeah,
dig me? So she now goes on to say, yeah, because I went back in the room. After I tell her the story, she said, I went back in the room.
Made your situation be uncompromised.
Yes, right. She said, I thought to myself, I hope you're not out there and that guy's sucking his dick. So I looked at her like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
do I look like? No, but she bust out laughing. No. Here why I didn't take offense to that.
I didn't got drunk.
No, I didn't take offense to that.
Like, I know my girl ain't said it.
No. I didn't take offense to that. Again, this is another thing where I'm an adult and I'm a real dude.
Right, understood. Yeah.
What is a woman's fantasy?
Shit, it's
two
a lot
dudes.
of them.
You get it?
Two dudes. Okay.
For a woman, one of their core fantasies is probably going to be 2 dudes. As for a guy, one of our core fantasies is going to be 2 girls.
Yeah.
So for her to put that twist on it didn't offend me because it's a ill and maybe a at the same time for her as a female. You dig me? So I took the humor out of it.
People got all type of things up in their brain. They don't say.
Yeah, man. I'm just a real dude. I just didn't take it that way. I wasn't offended by it. Nah. When I thought about it for the quick second, I said she's a woman. Yeah.
Right,
You
understood.
know,
Yeah,
if you ever look at woman porn, it's completely different from our shit, but it's still fucking. You dig what I'm saying? So it didn't bother me, and I found the humor and I laughed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I thought to myself, all of this got to go into my podcast.
Yeah,
it just got to go on my podcast.
Yeah,
real rap.
business minded. I mean, make it work for yourself. Yeah, definitely.
But I thought this was a real interesting topic that I had to share with somebody. So, my people's out there listening, comment on this shit.
Yeah.
What would you have done? How would you have taken it? What's your response? What do you think about me and Dad's response to it, the way we looked at it and dealt with it? What do you think? Let me know. Leave a comment. Write it down there. Let me know what you think. Okay? Now, I got a few people that's already sending me messages. Pretty soon, I'm going to be telling you how to get to my PayPal, so you can just leave a little donation, and your donation will pretty much pay for me to answer whatever you ask about that you want me to talk about, or whatever you want to rehash or whatever.
Yeah, energy ain't for free.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's not like you have to pay, but,
Right. No, fuck that. You have to pay. Fuck that. I'll do this for the money.
Yeah,
okay?
time, yeah.
I want the people out there that fuck with me to be at home like, yeah, I fuck with this dude. I'm going to give him $10 because he keeping it real at least. I don't feel taken. He's telling me he's doing that for his money. So let me tip him because he's doing it for the money.
Than that,
I don't want to.
You giving a real scenario. So just to shed light on something, it's not game. It's
right.
It's life situation.
Exactly. Exactly.
People don't talk about.
That's where I'm at. And I just wanted to share that. Yeah. And if you enjoyed this, tip. You know what I mean? You can Google me and find my real rap. If you're a computer person, you do enough on your phone or your computer, you can really Google Sess Videoz with a Z, and you'll find my PayPal and all. So, I mean, if you're motivated, you'll find it. And there are those people that exist because these same people is motivated enough to find me to email me. This is to my email that I never put up on my page. People's emailing me things in response to some of my shows, okay? So I see my audience is growing, and I appreciate that, so do that.
Yeah.
You think me do that?
And me personally, I need to get my Instagram together. It's still Desi Knuckles 20, but the point of the matter is, my page might look like a bogus page, like it's not a real person. I don't have really pictures up there. I do a lot of things with Facebook, but the point of the matter is, I'm gonna get that popping soon. Yeah, man, I'm gonna definitely get with it. So if you go to my page and you be like, it's sneakers on there and it's that Mac Machine video. That's still me, so I don't want you to think it's like a bogus page.
Yeah, and
give me
just
a minute.
so y'all
I got
know,
y'all. I'm gonna get it together. It's been like 2 years in the making.
He not
I had
putting
like
it out there.
5-6 people tell me I need to get it together, but I got y'all.
Dad's not putting it out there, but he's also a reseller. So he'll get some fly ass Nikes that you never seen. Yeah. I'm talking about some shit with snake skin and tiger fur on it at the same time.
Yeah,
yeah.
What's the master? I probably got more kicks than Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? So
and there's no bullshit to that. There's no bullshit to that. In fact, you know what?
Matter of fact, let's be humble about it. I just collect kicks. That's just what I do. I do that. I enjoy it. I talk about it enough. I'm multifaceted. It's not just that, but it just happens to be one of them things I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? That's just what it is.
Yeah, so
you'll see more of that too on the page when I get a minute. I got you.
Yeah, so you can get at him, and I'm gonna help him get it up, so you can get at him.
Conscious brother / sneaker seller / I don't know. We'll to be continued. We'll get it.
I hear that.
To be continued.
I hear that. So on that note, y'all, I ain't gonna keep y'all no longer. That's the end of the story. I thought you would enjoy that. By this time, you should have blazed 2 Dutches or 3 Dutches. You should have had yourself a nice stiff drink or something hard. If you was
have some
drowsy,
tea, nice things like that, whatever your poison is.
Yes, if you was drowsy, I woke you up. You dig me? If you wasn't drowsy, I might have made you tired. But I served a purpose for you. So like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Comment. Excuse me. You know that coughing means, what I'm doing. But like and subscribe, comment. I appreciate all of them. Fuck it. Even leave the thumbs down. If you didn't like it, you go, fuck this guy. Leave the thumbs down. I want
know
them
you took
to.
the time to do it.
Yeah. And I
that's
appreciate
important.
that. You watch the whole show and goes, this guy sucks ass. Leave the thumbs down even. Dig me? I'd appreciate a fuck you, Sess. You can text it to me. You can email it to me.
I'm not for everybody. I'm for somebody.
Yeah, that's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right. I'm not for everybody. I'm for somebody.
Right.
And I'm not going to curve or cut my tongue.
Yeah.
If I can't get things the way I want, I'm going to let you know it's not going the way I want it to go. We're going to do something else. That's how I am. But anyway, like and subscribe. When you click that thumb icon, it lets YouTube know that this guy is good enough that I watched this whole show. So whether you click thumbs up or thumbs down, It puts me in the running so other people can check it out and say, yeah, this guy's bullshit or this guy's good. And you're helping an entrepreneur. I'm somebody building my own shit. I'm building this brand. This is my 3rd year in now. Yeah. You dig me? So I put a lot of work in. So, you know. But anyway, like and subscribe. You already have a YouTube page on your phone. In modern times, the minute you click on a YouTube video and you go to YouTube, in your phone, you already set up a YouTube page, whether you know it or not. It's set up under your name. Yeah. So you are already a YouTube subscriber. So subscribe to my page so you can get notifications when I come up. Click that bell icon. Every time I put up a new show, you'll get notifications. Notice I'm going through all of the details because I'm going to keep it 100. I want black viewers. I don't mind the white viewers. I love all my peoples, but I want my black viewers so they can open up their mind a little bit more because I feel like y'all don't think wide enough sometimes. Feel me? And I want y'all to know the details of how things work, and this is the way your phone works. I'm a techie. I do phones. I build computers. I do this shit. I'm telling you, you have a YouTube page already.
Just one topic a minute, you know.
Yes.
It's not just this, you know.
Yes.
Other things come. We think, therefore we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when that come down to it, more topics. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you, Sess.
And I appreciate you for coming, man. I appreciate you coming. Because I was itching to share with somebody that was sensible enough to share with. I did not want to share that story with somebody that's going to be like, oh, you had a fat boy. You should have knocked that nigga.
You should have died.
Now, that's another point of view I might do on another show another day.
Right.
But the initial view, I don't want my viewers, gay or straight, black or white, tall or short, to feel threatened by anything. I just want to show you a point of view.
Right.
That's it. And I think I'm a humble enough person to handle most things so I can give you a fair point of view or assumption on things in most cases. And that's what I'm aiming at my show. But anyway, this is Sess Videos. Des Knuckles, thank you for coming through, man. I really appreciate you coming through. It was fun.
Funny on Instagram, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get a couple more things popping. I'm not used to this, but you know what I mean?
I don't know how. You're pretty fucking good with it, man.
I mean, you know, I am who I am.
But, well, you know you're fucking great with it.
Me, but you know what I mean? I am who I am, so I hope I come across, you know, as I'm supposed to, and that's just what it is. First time I'm ever really getting into this, but you know,
let me tell you,
what it is, man.
You're fucking great with it, and I appreciate you. And little do y'all know, the mad dancer is actually here in the far background. I guess she ain't gonna say nothing because she got her, you know what I mean? She got her night gear. You dig me? But I'm gonna try to show. I'm gonna try and find the show with her first because I want to put this up as a part 1, part 2, and part 3 because I got a Rasta man friend. He's a Rasta man. He's a dread. And I have to tell him the story to get his reaction because his reaction is going to be 1 in a million golden. So stay tuned. Tune in. And all of these shows are going up at the same time. So he won't hear this before getting, you dig me, his show. I'm going to get all of that together in one time so everything is going at the same time so y'all can enjoy part 1, part 2, part 3. And I can gather them views because, again, y'all, I do this for the money. I don't want to get famous. I just want y'all to know who I am, to click and post to your page so a lot of people click on my shit and I can become one of them people that sit at home and get rich just doing nothing. I'm keeping the one. Isn't that the American dream? So help me achieve the American dream because I subscribe and like on everyone that I fuck with. I watch their videos. I subscribe to their page. And if I can donate, I actually fucking donate. I do. I really do.
AKA watch somebody else lies.
Yes.
Yeah, they can lie.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the truth come over here. So,
yes.
You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, that's what it is.
And YouTube is making their money off of you. And I'm asking you to give a straight donation for the little bit of effort that I put in here.
Yeah, but shout out to YouTube.
Yeah, give me
money off of them too.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, keep it 100. They're making money off of you.
Yeah.
So you got $3.
Yeah.
You got $5. You got $10. Some of
y'all
balling out there. You got 25, 30,
for every million
40,
views, it's
bucks.
never mind. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, right. And that's another
talk
show.
About it later.
That's another show.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
About it later.
But again,
it's greater later.
But again, this is the Sess Video Show. Thanks for tuning in. I love my listeners out there. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking. Thanks for leaving them comments because I am getting them comments as it's building. And I'm going to start shouting out names too because I love y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm out.